Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. Or should I call it a rant? It's a mini rant because recently I've been watching a ton of videos, from Cretosis and Father Elijah, and they're all about Fallout 3 and actually looking at the game from a critical point of view. Now, I've never done this, of course, at least not Fallout 3, but it opened my eyes because the Fallout game that I least play is actually Fallout 3. Now, watching these videos, I was in the mood to play it again and see for myself what I could take from the experience of not only playing the game again, but at the same time watching videos criticizing Fallout 3 and actually emphasizing its shortcomings. Now, going back, and since I'm a huge Fallout nerd, I know a lot of mechanics about the game and I know how things work. And I think that what my results were are a bit due to they're a bit of my fault too, because what I learned is that Fallout 3 is way too post-apocalyptic. At least, well, it's not even post-apocalyptic. It's just way too apocalyptic. Fallout 3 has a really big world, but it feels like there's really nothing. And I actually ended up feeling really bored. Again, I'm a huge Fallout nerd, and maybe it just stems from the fact that I was in and out reading the lore and enjoying the terminals, the holotapes, everything really, and that it just comes to a point where I just really don't see the point. But that really shouldn't be the case because I love replaying New Vegas, and to some extent I can really enjoy Fallout 4, but Fallout 3 feels like a really like I'm just struggling, like I'm just dragging myself through the soil or the dirt of the capital wastelands because I just can't. It honestly feels like a slog, which didn't before. Now, again, Fallout 3 is my least played Fallout game. Well, technically that is. Since at this point I've played a bit more of Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas than the others. Fallout 4 still being the most played. But the point that I'm getting to is that Fallout 3 really bores me. And I really think that's due to it being way too big, and I really want to talk about it more, but I just need to get into the nitty gritty. Which is just that the. And I'm talking about H. Bomber Guy's review on Fallout 3, and also parts of the Fallout New Vegas review, where he mentions that the quest, like the important quests, the fun things to do, they're hidden. Now I wanted to do like a mini response to see how hidden those things were. But the thing is that I already know where they are. When I want to go to Oasis, I just go to the top part of the map. If I want to do the super human challenge or whatever it's called, I just go to the northeastern part of the map. If I want to go to Old Olney, there it is, northeast part of the map. If I want to go to the Republic of Dave, northeast part of the map. And I'm just saying this from memory that I know the interesting places, but what about actually finding them the first time? See, many of these places you actually don't get someone to point them at you. The game decides at random, like H Bomber Guy pointed out, that these random events, well, again, they're random. The game chooses at random to like push you to those locations. They're really far off the main game, and really everything just happens in a bubble in the south part of the map, like middle to south. That's the story of the game. The middle and northern parts, they're really optional at some point, which is just, you know, not really good when you can go an entire game without needing to explore the map in an open world game. And the other thing is that Fallout 3 is such a lackluster game when it comes to its story. Like, its story is so simplistic that I don't even know who else could rival it on how bad it is, or at least on how simple and non interesting it is. Especially in some moments where you can just flat out skip some parts or just ignore them. Just skip them, like I said, which is way more fun when you can skip stuff in this game. Like, I swear to God, the unskippable cutscenes or the unskippable events, they really get on my nerve. Which is another part of why I really do not enjoy Fallout 3. The opening. I modded it out because I really can't with that opening. You know, being what an no, not an hour, but like half hour, maybe less. But the point is that it just has a really long start, and that's really one of the main reasons I don't play Fallout 3. To an extent, it really just sucks going in and having to go through that really long tutorial. It's not fun. It's really not enjoyable. But yeah, these are the recent analysis, the recent things I've noticed while playing Fallout 3 again. Please do tell me something that you've encountered in your recent playthrough of Fallout 3. I plan on talking more in depth about all of this, but it's just what happened in my recent playthrough. And don't get me started on the Brotherhood, because I don't even know what Bethesda tried to do. I think Bethesda, what they wanted was to do something interesting, but it just comes off as kind of self contradicting. But that's a story for another time.
Big iron on his head.